Hey, today we're going to introduce Wu Shu Xing. In the very earliest times, it was divided into what was called the Gongwei system and the Xinyao system. From the earthly branches of the Gongwei, the heavenly stems within the Gongwei and their placements, there would be a corresponding hint for the Xinyao. As for the pure Xinyao, it also has its own explanation. That is, pure Xinyao represents the various different values within our own hearts, and it indicates where these values will appear. For example, when we talk about Zhumen Xin, it refers to the deepest, darkest part of your heart. It's the part where you feel the least secure. So if you place it in the spouse palace, it means that in terms of your emotions, there is a certain sense of insecurity. What does Wu Q Xing represent? Wu Q Xing represents your own financial values because Wu Q itself is a wealth star. Speaking of the wealth star, I need to clarify a concept for everyone. Usually when we see Wu Ku Xing, we think, oh, it's the wealth star, it represents money. But that's not exactly how it works. As I often mention, there's a very important relationship. The emergence of metaphysics actually predates human civilization. If we consider writing, the ability to write, to calculate, and to have laws as the hallmarks of a civilized society, then in fact, metaphysics or predictive sciences came before these things. You could even say that metaphysics is a crucial part, or even a kind of contract in the process of building civilization. Why? Because you wouldn't consider a dog to be civilized, right? Nor would you think a monkey is civilized. But the thing is, dogs are animals with predictive abilities. They can predict, for example, a dog knows which places it shouldn't go, or where there might be rabbits to catch, and it can go there. So where does this predictive ability come from? It comes from the inheritance of experience. The father dog passes it down to the puppy, and over time, these genes are gradually passed on and built up in this way. Now, you need to think about something. Back in those uncivilized times, there was no such thing as currency in society, and people didn't have the concept of money. Later on, we started to treat Wu Shu Xing as the star of wealth and money. But in reality, it's just that when society developed, people's understanding changed. If you look at Wu Ku, in the Dao Shu system, it actually represents a general. In the early days, almost all gods of wealth, whether in the East or the West, were gods of war. Why? Because the simplest way to seize wealth was through war. It's not about what happens after you buy and sell. Nowadays, we say that business is like a battlefield, but actually the purpose of war was for commerce. Otherwise, who would want to fight? Who would risk their life? That's why for so long we've had to lower the stakes, right? There are people who would even do business that could get them beheaded. But no one does business to lose money, right? So it's for the sake of money that I go to war. Once you understand the whole historical background, you'll realize that all these dances, all this talk about money, what it really represents is your material values. Our entire society today is built on material things, on money. Even when we're in a relationship, that's what we talk about. Do you want love or bread? When you're young, you want love. When you grow up, you want bread. Of course, it's best if you can have both love and bread. Bread made with love is even better. But what about love made with bread? But in the end, in this society, if things aren't built on money, the whole social structure would collapse. You need people to provide services for you and you need to pay them, even when you look for a husband. When you're young, you might not care about money. As you get older, you may feel that money isn't the top priority, but you can't do without it either. You can't live without money because the whole society is built on this concept of money. This value becomes your connection to material things and also your connection between people. So the Wu star as a whole actually represents this kind of value system. But because it is a pragmatic star with the element of metal and it is a yin meridian, it embodies a slow and steady, persistent force. These characteristics correspond to your attitude toward money and material values. It's about taking things step by step, being solid and steady, not seeking quick results, not being distracted or thinking all over the place, and not make you think that this person is a daydreamer. As I just mentioned, in society, our connection with the world is actually through money. Relationships between people are also built on this. I know you come to watch my videos and then I teach classes. In fact, there is a kind of connection between us. You come to attend my classes and I can collect tuition fees, which allows me to make a living. So we are connected by this thing and our attitude toward money is shaped by it. Our values, ideas, and personalities are built upon the influence of the Wu star. If your Wu star is afflicted by Ji, you will always feel that money is never enough, that there's always something lacking. If your Wu is influenced by Hua Ke, you'll feel that material things and the display of wealth are tied to your sense of pride or face. People like this are usually not stingy, well, not really stingy. In a way, it's a kind of financial loss or spending, because they're always spending money, and if they don't spend, they'll feel that the value of money and material things is something they want to keep under their own control. People like this, when Wu Ku is in the wealth palace, the fortune palace, or even the life palace, are more likely to start their own businesses. because they want to keep money in their own hands. For people with Wuk and Luhua, they hope to have more freedom when it comes to money. This type of personality also makes it easier for them to receive more support from others or opportunities because they tend to be generous. Basically, this is the characteristic of Wuk and the concept that comes from the 4 transformations. When this kind of personality is placed in your 12 palaces, as we mentioned, Wuku represents your values regarding money. Depending on whether it is Hua Lu, Hua Quan, Hua Ke, or Hua Ji in your 12 palaces, it will correspond to those palaces. For example, if your Wuku Hua Ji is in the Friends Palace, we usually say that you are prone to financial disputes with friends. Actually, this is because your own values regarding money tend to make you feel insecure. Huaji represents a deficiency, so when you bring this kind of role, attitude, and mindset into your friendships, it's naturally easy to have financial issues with friends. Those with Hua Ke or Hua Lu won't have this problem. Instead, they tend to invest money seriously in their friendships. When we use the stars in astrology, we look at Wuk from this perspective. It represents my values, and when placed in the palaces related to family or relationships, these 6 palaces represent the relationships between myself and others, and I tend to consider whether my investment will have a return or if there will be issues in financial exchanges. If Wuku is in the Huaji position, it's easy for my insecurity about money to manifest, leading to problems in my relationships with others. Those with Hua Lu or Hua Ke placements are generally better off, right? So, when looking for friends, we should look for those whose life palace has Wuku Hua Lu or whose friends palace has Wuku Hua Lu. Those people are usually very generous, especially at work. For example, if Wuku is in the wealth palace and transforms into Huaji, many people think that's not good. But think about it. If someone feels a sense of lack when it comes to money, doesn't that make them work even harder to earn more? As long as they don't go down the wrong path, as long as they don't get into trouble just for the sake of making money, these people actually tend to make money more easily, don't they? Now, for people with Guan in the palace, they care more about things like, I'm doing this job. We're talking about life achievements here. I'm doing this job. I'm putting in this effort. Will this effort be rewarded with enough money? If he has Hua Ji, he always feels that his work doesn't bring in enough money. And if there are other Shah coming in, it means his work will be unstable because he feels that his efforts are not being properly rewarded. Of course, if it's Hua Duo or Hua Quan, then it's not bad, because he will feel that, in his work, he is making steady progress step by step, and he will achieve a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction at work. As for money, he cares relatively less about it. This is Wu Xiu Xin. If our values regarding money fall into the 12th house, we might care more about what kind of material or financial value that house brings to us. In the future, we tend to consider things more pragmatically. Our relationship with it, or the relationship represented by that house, is also something we consider. Now, let's take a look at Wu Xu Xing. There are several combinations such as Wu Po, or Wu Xiang. Wu Xiang's opposite is Po Jun. The opposite of Wu Po would be Ting Xiang. These 2 combinations are the ones we need to be more concerned about. When they are about to make unstructured plans, will they feel a sense of emptiness or insecurity regarding their financial value? And then they might make some wrong decisions. So generally, it's said that if you have these 2 combinations in your life palace or wealth palace, the situation might not be very good. But in reality, it's the sense of lack that drives you to put in a lot of effort. So when it comes to unstructured transformations, if they happen to coincide with other paths, or if there's a Po Jing or Yu Hua combination, these people actually tend to work very hard, start their own businesses, and do quite well. Of course, if this appears in the positions related to family or relatives, it's easier to have disputes over family relationships, so you need to be careful. This applies to Wufu, Wuken, and similar combinations. Within the Wuku combination, the very auspicious Tianfu star will help Wuku, advising you not to be so pragmatic and rigid when doing things, and to have more ideas. Tanlang, on the other hand, represents people who are knowledgeable and have diversified management and perspectives, as well as a multifaceted understanding of the world. So, it helps the rigid Wu Q star to become a bit more flexible. In this larger group, since Qi Sha also belongs to the metal element, the Wu Ku group tends to be more stubborn. Fortunately, directly opposite it is always the Tianfu star, so it appears to be quite flexible. In reality, elderly people who received Japanese-style education in the early days often have this kind of intimidating rigidity, as if their minds are filled with cement, or they can be a bit stubborn. With people like this, you have to be careful, because sometimes they become very set in their own ideas and opinions when doing things. In short, Wu Q represents our own inner selves. In the context of the 6-star committee, when it comes to interpersonal relationships, it signifies a very pragmatic way of making judgments. In your relationship with this person, whether it's in the wealth palace or the career palace, you will have a more pragmatic attitude toward financial management or work. In the context of destiny, when Wu Q passes through the 12 palaces, it represents our inner perspective on monetary value and social value. a pragmatic judgment and assessment, and using this evaluation as the guiding principle for his actions in each palace. I think it is a lovely star. Thank you everyone for using Dodo techniques to change your destiny and transform your life. Please support my new book. Thank you.